What's up, y'all? Alright, I've been thinking about this all day. Also, before I get into this, if you haven't seen the Come and Learn with Pibby trailer, go watch that first and come back, because I don't want to spoil anything in the trailer. Also, potential spoiler warning, I guess, if I am right about anything I say. I probably won't be. Either way, you've been warned. Alright, so this is just like a wild theory I had. I just been really thinking about, I guess, what I want to happen. It's not really a theory, I guess. It's more of what I would like to see. I don't have like a whole full-on fleshed out backstory to it at all, so I just tell you what I thought about, and I'll show you the sketches I drew when I thought about it. So the first thing I thought about was like maybe it'll be like end of the first season, maybe end of the second if they stretch it like that, I don't know. But Pibby, the sidekick boy, and the cat lady, they all are like venturing out through different channels, I guess, universes to them, but trying to find other people to help them stop this like glitch monster. Throughout the journey of them finding other people to like join their like team, they've been getting clues and hints from some other character out there, leaving a breadcrumb trail for them to find this character because they want to help out too. They have like the answers to almost everything. So they kind of follow the trail, follow all the clues this character leaves behind. But along the way, I feel like the sidekick, what I pictured was the sidekick one, the one with the blue cape, him dying, but this is after like him and Pibby formed like a bond. So it's like really sad and whatever. They could be in love, I don't know. But throughout the rest of that journey, she like wears his cape to like honor him. Maybe the cape can also like give her the ability to fly and she doesn't know. Maybe. It's just her and the cat lady finishing out this journey, and they finally find the last clue and they reach the person who's been giving them it's so stupid. They finally reach the person who's been given all these clues and leaving behind this trail for them to follow, and it's Uncle Grandpa. And Uncle Grandpa has been I'm laughing because I don't know how I would want him to appear. I don't know if I want Uncle Grandpa to be like rugged and a little more serious because of all like the serious stuff going down, or if he remains the same because he has that fourth wall breaking element. So he's not really worried, but he is worried. I think I would want him to remain himself. I wouldn't change, like, I wouldn't make Uncle Grandpa like gritty. I'll make him the same way in like contrast to everybody else's grit that they developed throughout the way. I feel like Uncle Grandpa would be like their Deadpool at that point. Something like that, I guess. Uncle Grandpa is like giving them like vague answers to things, like, it's just, you know, he knows everything, but he won't tell you how he knows everything. And he just gives everything in like weird, vague haikus or like as a stupid joke. Because Uncle Grandpa knows. He knows how this is all gonna end. He knows why it's going on, but he can't tell them. And he keeps telling them they can't tell them, but they have to trust him anyway because what other choices they have. So they follow him. He needs to take them to another place where they'll be safe long enough to form a bigger team. So throughout the whole like chaotic glitch stuff going on, Uncle Grandpa has been hiding in like pocket dimensions in his RV because Uncle Grandpa, he doesn't have to reside in one show. Cartoon Network already broke the bounds of that because one time Uncle Grandpa appeared on Steven Universe. Them doing that proved he can expand beyond, like, he can travel beyond the dimensions of his own show. He can travel throughout the whole like Cartoon Network universe, the CNU, whatever. Yeah, and even on Uncle Grandpa's show one time, maybe a couple times, but one episode I seen, I don't know the context of the episode, but there was like a crowd of people dimension, yada yada, but Uncle Grandpa can reach them. Even Ben 10 did it one time. He like traveled to another dimension where he saw oh my gosh, cow and chicken, and I gotta get back to the point. But them doing that kind of builds a failsafe for those characters who can do that. Because if you destroy the character, let's say the character, this is where it's going to get like really nerdy. If you destroy the character's show, that destroys any other universes that exist within that show. But if you already give a character that narrative, like to where they have the ability to travel to other shows, they're safe a little longer than a normal character, like, because if his show gets attacked by the glitch monster, he can just jump into like Steven Universe or anywhere else, this and that. And I feel like that fourth wall breaking ability would give you some advantage, like over whatever is going on. That's just, I don't know, part of the theory I'm having. But I think the whole Uncle Grandpa leading the team thing should last for like 8 or 9 episodes so they can form a bond with him. And I want him to kind of like say stuff that could be taken as serious, like alluding like he's aware of how sad the situation is, something like that. But anyway, they kind of form, him and Pibby specifically form like this father-daughter bond. Sorry, in my head I was saying father-daughter, uncle, niece, whatever. They form that kind of bond. And it's like season finale that Uncle Grandpa takes them into this void. It's like white void. Just driving his RV through it. All his friends are gone, by the way. Like Bellybag, Mr. Gus, all them, they got glitched out. But you know, he made it because he's like the main dude. They're driving through the glitch void, taking them to this rip in the void. Through the rip are more shows that have been either canceled or forgotten about or both. And he was like one of the only people who knew about the void. So he takes them to it so they can find more characters or heroes who can help them beat this whole glitch thing. Because he knows how this is going to pan out, so he knows what they need to do in order to get to the end game. He's like the Oracle. It's like the Oracle of this series, I would say. So he gets them to there. They get out of the RV. They get ready to head in. They just get ambushed by like the glitch thing. Every time something chaotic like this happens, it's like Uncle Grandpa knows it's gonna happen, but it's all part of the plan, so it's okay. Or at least that's what he tells them. During like this little ambush, they're like fighting off like the glitch tentacles. And what I thought of was the cat lady dies like first. And Pibby's just like, and Pibby sees it and she just like cries and like rages, like trying to like shoot at it and stuff, or swing at it with her sword, whatever she has at the time. And Uncle Grandpa gives her like this little device. I'm getting somewhere with this. Just follow me. And he just pretty much says like they'll know what to do once you give it to him. She's like confused. She takes it and she's basically saying like what are you doing? Come with me. And Uncle Grandpa sacrifices himself. She asks him like, why is he doing this? And he explains that he knows they can't, the glitch entity, like if it can't turn him into a zombie. The reason I had him was because his fourth wall breaking ability like blocks him out from that. Like he's too strong. So that's why they're like aggressively going after Uncle Grandpa specifically. They have to like destroy him. That way like nothing is in the way. So Uncle Grandpa gives himself away so it distracts it long enough for Pibby to go through the rip. And this is where it gets kind of sad. Like I said, I wanted them to have like a father-daughter bond or whatever. They become like really good friends. She has to like watch him die. This is so freaking sad. She has to like watch him die. He's like raised up in the air. The glitch monster has him like wrapped up and it's like breaking him down. It's like breaking him down into pixels. And she like looks up at him, like tears in her eyes, and he like looks back at her, just saying something like everything is gonna be okay. Or I wanted him to say something kind of like, glad we can have so much fun together. He's like talking to her, but talking to us, because he can see us too. Just something, I don't know, something really sad and really cool I thought about. The glitch monster finally wears him down, and there's like an explosion of light, and the glitch monster is distracted and disoriented for a little bit, and she's just standing there in shock. And then it starts to come for her, and 2 seconds before it gets to her, she jumps through the portal, like just angry and determined. Just ready, doesn't care what's on the other side. She just trusts her friend. Basically, she gets to the other side. She's in a dark room, what looks like to be like maybe like a lab or so just some kind of facility. It's computer screens in there, but the room is dark. And she's really weak from the portal jump. And 3 people walk in the room. All their eyes are like glowing. She tries to lift up her sword, but she can't because she's too weak and drops it. But she realizes that these are the people Uncle Grandpa was talking about. These are the people she was supposed to trust. So she grabs the device that he gave her out of her satchel and she hands it to them. One of the guys in the room that walk in, they reach out and grab it from her. So this is that. I'm getting too excited. All you can see is his silhouette. They take it and keep it on them and she passes out. So they put her in their infirmary in the building they have, like a little medical room for her to like recover because they don't know what's going on and they need answers from her. It cuts to the next scene And it's Cyborg from the original Teen Titans. It's Cyborg from the original Teen Titans holding that device, right? They're all discussing. It's Cyborg. He goes back into the main area. It's Cyborg, Robin, Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy. They're all in a room. Outside the window, they can see the glitch thing heading towards them, but they have a force field up around where they are that's somehow keeping it out for now, but the force field is breaking. In the center of the room is like this machine. It has what appears to be like a camera on it, and also this weird type of antenna, like it's broadcasting something. So it's supposed to be like this interdimensional like broadcasting thing, I suppose, for anybody to get the message throughout the CNU or whatever you want to call it, maybe even across the whole CartoonVerse. They're like all in the room, all discussing what to do. They're all kind of like arguing. Everybody's getting a little heated. Of course, Robin doesn't trust her, but Raven decides to read her mind, right? While she's unconscious. Finds out the truth, shows them, and then Cyborg, knowing the truth now, uses that device to implement into the broadcast machine that they were building, or that he built. They've been trying to get it to work for a long time, and it hasn't been, because it looks like they've been trapped in their own kind of void for a long time. Probably when their show ended. So he uses it and like implements it into the machine, and then...
Super. Is it working? Almost got it.
Hurry! There is not much time!
They need to know we're still here.
Booyah! We're transmitting!
This is the Teen Titans. Can anyone hear us? We think we found a way back.
And that's the way they do it. That's the way they send the broadcast out. They use that fourth wall breaking interdimensional device that Uncle Grandpa gave them. They put it in the machine, and that's what they use to broadcast to us through the fourth wall, but also to everyone in the CartoonVerse. I blew my own mind. I'm like, if they actually do that, and Teen Titans have been playing the long game, like that would be crazy. The only reason I thought about Teen Titans, the only reason I linked it to Teen Titans is because when I saw the Pibby trailer, I'm like, they could use that to revive old shows or like canceled shows that people did like. They could totally use that if they wanted to. I feel like that would be a good device to use. Like whatever dimension the Titans are in is just like a canceled dimension. It's like that's why it's not getting affected as quickly as, you know, the Air TV show dimensions are. That would be freaking wild, bro. Like if they wanted to. I'm not saying all shows should come back, but if that's what they're planning, this is a good way to go about it. Like, the end of the series could be a total reset to the whole, like, CartoonVerse. But yeah, that was my theory. I'm really excited to see that. I mean, I'm really excited to see what actually pans out, but if anything close to that happens, I wonder if there's, like, loopholes, like, could you hide away in shows that were canceled rather than shows that were ending? Because I didn't see any of the Titans or Ben 10 in the little glitch pile, unless I overlooked, which I probably did. In that case, my whole theory is just irrelevant. But yeah, if I'm close to right about any of these, Adult Swim, I need to check in the mail by like next month. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I just feel like every time I get an idea like this, I have to like record it or tell somebody, because like I feel like if I am the first one to think about this, I'm probably not the first one to think this kind of theory, but if I am the first one to think it, I want to be the first one to say it, so nobody thinks I'm stealing somebody else's idea. I don't know. But if y'all have any crazy theories about it, please let me know. Or about any other show. I like reading cartoon fan theories. Like, they're really fun to read. And yeah, that's all I want. See you guys later.
I am the designer. I am your guide through these vast, weird ideas. Follow me and dare to face the unknown and to ponder the question, what if? Also, follow me and subscribe to my channel.
Okay, one more thing. Bro, I just imagine, like, Ben trying to be all smart and turn into, like, Alien X. he's fighting with Kevin and Gwen. And he's just, X, and he doesn't do anything. He's just, like, standing in, like, default pose. And they just get eaten. Hold on. He's, like, fighting, and then it's just, like... Oh, please don't. Anybody else? Anybody else? Gray matter. Anybody else?
hero
Anybody
time.
else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Ben is in there and he can't get Serena and Bellicus to agree. So he gets like cut off on his catchphrase like Sam Jackson did in Endgame. Just like, oh man.
Like, what's now?
Alright, bye.